and welcome to a special edition of Magic Time. In this episode, I'm going to be opening up the Duel deck Izzet vs. Golgari. I just got this in the mail, and let's not waste any time. We'll start opening it up. On the front, I like the packaging. The new art for Izzet looks really nice, and the Gerard art I think is maybe, I like it more than what's going to be in the Return to Ravnica set. So, we're going to get in here by opening up the top. There we are. And pull out the plastic. And on the back, we got some of the new art and new cards printed in here. And we got some boxes there. Alright, so we'll get rid of this. And looks like we get two deck holders, which is nice. One for each deck with a legendary creature on the front for each one. So this is nice to have, a nice way to keep them separate. And then you can keep them in here, and then that way you don't mix them up. However, it'd be nice if the box was maybe a little bigger, because then some of these cards you're definitely going to want to put in sleeves, and the sleeves are not going to fit inside this box. So maybe an idea for the future. Maybe one box, and it's big enough that you can put sleeves in and maybe some dice, and then you can carry the whole box with you. But not bad. I like these being included with this and the fat packs, because it's always nice to have a few extra boxes laying around. So some plastic got rid of there. We got two paper inserts here. You get the two decks, and these cards are loose here apparently. So there's Izzet and Gerard, Golgari Lich Leader, or Lord, I should say. All right, we'll get rid of that. I'll take a quick look at this paper that we have here. This one, I believe, is just the standard rules of the game that they hand out with all of the core sets. So nothing, everyone's seen this. No reason to talk about that. And here we have the deck lists, how to play the deck, and some other just information about it. We have when the cards were printed originally, and a little lore behind it as well. And on the back, and on the back we have the Golgari deck. And it looks like here we have tokens included, which normally they don't always include tokens, but it's nice to see that when they do. Alright, so we'll get rid of that. So we'll keep these separated here like this. And let's start with what looks like the Golgari deck. So there's some plastic on the back. You can just peel it open, as you can see, like this. So pretty nice. Alright. So we have a Plagued Rusalka, Elves of Deep Shadow, two of those. We have a Golgari Thug with new art, so that's nice. Ravenous Rats, Reassembling Skeleton, it's a nice one to have. Boneyard Worm, yep, definitely the graveyard theme going on here. Alright, this is a Karazda Guildmage. This card is not in print yet. As of this recording, it's mid-September. The set Return to Ravnica has not been released yet. There's currently about 120 cards spoiled, so this is the first chance you get to have this Guildmage. You have a Putrid Leech is nice to have in a lot of Jund decks in Modern, or he was huge when Jund was in Standard. Stinkweed Imp. This is not new art for this set, but it was a new art in the Angels vs. Demons dual deck. And this is definitely a nice card to have in Dredge decks. Eternal Witness is one of the nicer cards to have in the set that definitely adds to its value. Here's a Dreg Mangler. This is another new card from Return to Ravnica that has not been released yet officially. So I think this card is legal in Commander immediately, and I'm not sure about Legacy and Modern, but it's definitely not legal in Standard yet until the set is released. Alright, Shambling Shell, Brain Weevil, Greater Moss Dog, Golgari Grave Troll is nice. You gotta have one of these in your Dredge decks. So this is worth a couple dollars. Definitely goes towards, again, the value of this set as a whole. Stinger Fling Spider, Sadistic Hypnotist, two Golgari Rotworms, a Glean Crawler, an Insect Horror, I always like that combination, Doomgape, which came on Eventide, I always like this card. I wanted to make it work, but that's just the Timmy and me, I guess. This is the Golgari Signet. Signets are always really cool. This has new art. And as of the recording here, we do not know if the signets are being reprinted and returned to Ravnica yet. So I'm looking forward to seeing if they'll be reprinted. It'll be cool if they are, but if they're not, they have a lot of color fixing right now anyway. So, but it'd be nice to see them. And if they went to the trouble of making the new art, maybe they did for the rest of the signets too. But we'll find out. Ghoul's Feast, Yoke of the Damned, Life from Loam. This is one of the definitely more high dollar cards in the set. It's definitely nice to have these. There's a lot of decks you can make that this focuses around, especially it escapes me at the moment. Anyway, it's a good card, and I'm not sure if the old ones had the symbol for the Golgari on there, but it's got that on there, so that's good. Golgari Germination. 2 Putrefies with new art, and that's some nice looking art. I like that. Alright, so those are pretty good. Those will go in the deck for sure. Feast or Famine, I believe, is new art as well. The old art hadn't been printed in a while, so I think it definitely needed some new art. So there you go. Nightmare Void, Vigor Mortis, Grim Flowering, Twilight's Call, and Life and Death. You don't see many, it's been a long time since they printed half and half cards, so it'd be cool if they printed those again sometime. Maybe in Return to Ravnica they might do it, but who knows. Baron Moor is a nice cycle card if you don't need land. Darkmoor Savage, Dredge, again plays along with this well. Bounce lands for Golgari. It's a nice mana fixing. Some more utility from lands and swamps and forests, of course. And then we have a Sapperling token. So, that is, I'm trying not to ruin all these cards here by shuffling them together, is the Golgari deck. And some of these are upside down, but I don't care right now. So, we have some new cards from Return to Ravnica that haven't been released yet other than this set, including Gerard. So we'll set this over here, and we'll take this token, set it there. Alright, and this one has some Sapperling tokens right on top, but it should have the rest of the, or all of the Izzet deck in here. So we'll peel the plastic off. Alright, get rid of that. And we got one more Sapperling, so not really sure why they couldn't just put both Sapperlings in the one, but oh well, whatever. Alright, so starting off, we have Nismivet, Firemine with new art, legendary creature, commander. Players like this card quite a bit, and I like the new art quite a bit. So, we have Kiln Fiends, 2 of those. We have Goblin Electromancer. This is new to Return to Ravnica. So, and one thing to point out, this Izzet Guildmage is from the old Ravnica set, and this is from the new Ravnica set. But you can see in there the symbols have the dual coloring where it's blue and red on the symbol for Izzet. They did not do that in the original Ravnica set, so this is updated for the newer set. We have Electrode, or Gelectrode. Wee Dragonauts, one of my favorite names for Magic cards. 2 of those. Steamcord Weird. Shrewd Hatchling, 2 of those. A Ogre Savant. Galvanoth, which is still in standard as of now, at least for another 2 weeks or so. And I always wanted to try to break this card somehow, but I never really figured anything out that would work anyway, competitively. Izzet Chronarch, this is new art. This was from the old Ravnica set, but some new art is nice to see. Djinn Illuminatus. I'm not sure, I don't remember when this was originally printed. I'm guessing probably Ravnica, but whatever. This is a card people are looking for. New art for Brainstorm. You don't get to see that very often. And Brainstorm, of course, is a huge card in Legacy, so these are probably pretty sought after. Force Spike is a nice counterspell, cheap one. Magna Spray is a good way to get rid of stuff for good. Another high dollar card, Isochron Scepter. Entire decks are built around this card, so this is fun to see. Here's another Signet with new art. So again, hopefully if they did new art for 2 signets, maybe they'll do the other 8. We'll find out. Call to Heal. This was from Alara. Train of Thought. 2 Pyromatics. The Izzet Charm. Again, this is from Return to Ravnica, so not available in Standard yet, and this is the only place you can get it right now. Reminisce. Thunderheads. Vacuumelt. Dissipate. Quicksilver Dagger. Prophetic Bolt. Now this has new art, and the character in the art is from the Planeswalker Xbox game. The name escapes me at the moment, but you can pick as different Planeswalkers to play as, and one of them is I think it's Ral Zarek, and he has not shown up on a card yet in the actual game. He's only been in the Planeswalker game for Xbox and PC and all that. Duels of the Planeswalkers, I believe it's called. And everyone thought he would be revealed in Return to Ravnica, since he showed up in this art. However, it was not him. It was Vraska the Unseen, I think her name is, the green and black Planeswalker, and Jace, the new Jace, the 4th Jace. So the next Gate Crash is going to have Gideon, and the Merfolk Planeswalker is assumingly going to be in the next set maybe too, since that has a Simic, and Merfolk are in Simic now. So maybe he'll show up in the second or third set. So we'll find out. Anyway, Overwhelming Intellect. I like just a floating brain on the art. That's pretty nice. Sphinx Bone Wand. Street Spasm is a new card from Return to Ravnica. It has the Overload mechanic. Invoke the Firemind. I believe this has some new art as well, if I'm not mistaken. Fire and Ice is always a nice card to have. Dealing damage and tapping permanents, drawing cards, so cantrip or damage is good. More Value Land, Boilerworks, Sandbar, Article, or Air of the Airy? Airy? Yeah, it must be Airy of the Firemind. And then Islands and Mountains. So there you go. That is the Izzet set. And that pretty much concludes what's in here. So thank you for watching, and my review of the set is I like it quite a bit. It's my favorite dual deck in a while, since maybe the Jace vs. Chandra set. So if you're looking for some good cards like Life from the Loam, Ice Crown Scepter, some good legendary creatures, go out and pick it up.